Hi, Psych 132 students. I'm your librarian, Karen Reed, and I'm here to talk to you about your book club assignment for Dr. Lisa Worthy's sections of Psychology 132. I am in Canvas for your class, and I'm looking at the book club overview and expectations. Obviously, you can see this in Canvas too. But I'm going to sum up in a nutshell what the assignment is, and then I'm going to show you some helpful resources on your Psych 132 Library Research Guide. So basically, all students this semester are going to be participating in a book group. You're going to be reading a fiction or a memoir title. You are going to be breaking into small groups within the class. Each group will be composed of 3 to 4 students. And as a group, all 4 of you have to agree on one book. So you're not reading 4 different books in the group. All 4 members of a group will be reading the same book. Once you have agreed upon your book, you are going to be creating a reading schedule, and that's in preparation for your group discussions of the book. There are going to be 3 small group discussions online this semester, and for each one of those discussions, you need to have read, a certain amount of the book. All of you need to have read chapters, 1 through 4, and then be prepared to discuss them in the small group. Additionally, for each discussion, you are going to be filling out an evidence journal. And you can see that your instructor has linked to an example of the evidence journal. I'm going to let her go into a little more detail about what she expects from the evidence journal. But basically, we don't want you to just read your book and go, oh, that was good, and then put it on the shelf and never think about it again. We want you to be thinking critically about the book, and really what you're doing is making connections between the course material that you learn in Psychology 132 and applying them as you see them in your fiction or memoir book. At the end of the semester, each small group is going to present a group presentation to the class, and you are going to be summing up the characters, the plot, the cultural connections, the social, societal connections that you see in your book. For honor students, they also have to write a 2 to 3 page critical analysis of the book. Each honor student individually will be writing a critical analysis. That's just for the honor students, though. So I can give you some resources that will be very helpful for that part of the assignment. For other students, or well, for all students actually, I want to show you where to find your library research guide. In Canvas, in this bar over here, if you go into library resources, this will take you directly to your research guide. You can also find this through the library webpage. On the About Us section of the guide, if you scroll down, you will see my email address. So if you need some help during the semester, I would be very happy to help you. Please reach out to me by email. Each section of the guide has different information within it. So if you click on a section of the guide, you can see what is there. There are 2 tabs for book club assignment. I'm going to start by showing you your title choices. This is a list of all of the titles that you can choose from in your small groups. So they are broken down by the chapter headings of your textbook for this class. It might really help you to identify a topic area that you're particularly interested in. Then, like, say I'm really interested in gender, sexuality, and culture. Maybe I go, I'm interested in that. I want to find 3 other students in this class who will join me in a small book group who would also like to talk about that topic. And that might make, agreeing upon a single book a little bit easier. So, or, a lot of the books that are on the list, they don't just fit into one single topic or another. These are about people, and just like people don't fit into one single category, these books often cross multiple topic categories. So I'm going to go into self-personality and culture. You can see that each of the books listed under this heading has a little summary of what the book is about. So you can read that summary and see if it piques your interest. This one is The Reluctant Fundamentalist. If I click on this, it is going to bring me to the GCC Library catalog. I encourage you to get a copy of your book from the library. No need to run out and purchase your own copy if you don't have to. If you want to check out a book from the library, you can see from this screen the different libraries that own it. There appear to be quite a few copies of this book. And then if you want to put it on hold for pickup at the library, we're doing doorside pickup right now. Click on Holds, Doorside Pickup. This takes you to another screen. You have to hit place hold one more time, and then you're going to enter your MEID and password and arrange for curbside pickup. I can help you with that if you have any trouble at all. So going back to the book list, I'm going to scroll up. You can see there are about 50 titles on the list that you can choose from. So, first you have to form a group, and then you have to all agree on a single book. So take a look at those title choices. Under Details and Resources, I'm going to click on this. There's a Google slide about the assignment that you can look at. There is a list of reading discussion questions, and there are links to where you can find publisher guides to specific book titles. And then I gave you some book review writing tips. I think this will be handy for the group presentations. It's also going to be handy for the honor students' critical analysis. You're not specifically writing a book review, but when you do your group presentation, you really are using the elements of a book review. So I encourage you to check out that section of the guide or talk to me or email me about it more in depth, and I can help you through that. One optional element of the assignment is that you can post a book review on Goodreads, which is a website for people who want to talk about books and share books. Other ways I can help you this semester as your librarian, in addition to the research guide, I can help you find out background material about events that happen in your book. One of the choices on the list is Trevor Noah's Born a Crime. Students read this last semester and they absolutely loved that book. We had one student who said she would always remember the book because she loved it. But that book is about apartheid in South Africa. It's about Trevor Noah growing up in South Africa during apartheid, which was institutionalized racism. And for students who had not previously known what apartheid was, they might have needed some background information on that. I can provide you resources about things like that. So just please do reach out to me if you need some help. I also want to show you, since I want to encourage you to use library books where at all possible, I'm looking at the Phoenix Public Library website, and they have a number of ways you can access ebooks. You can even sign up for an electronic card, an e-card, if you don't want to go into the library right now. If I scroll down, there are two different ebook platforms. There's Access 360 and the Greater Phoenix Digital Library. You can search for many of the books on your title list here. In fact, let me return to a moment to our book club title list. I put a note under each of the titles on the list about whether or not the ebook was available at Phoenix Public Library. You could try Glendale Public Library as well. Some of the books aren't as easily accessible in ebook format, but many of them are. So I will help you with that. Additionally, I can try to purchase some ebook copies of the titles that your group decides upon. I can't promise that I can get every ebook copy, but I can give it a try. So check out the library research guide, look at your list of titles, and good luck forming your groups and choosing a title that you're going to read this semester. In the third video for this class, I am going to book talk some of your choices, and I am going to give you some recommendations on books that I have read from the list.